Hi guys, so today problem set 82, the geometry is going to be 10, 18, 19, and 21, okay? This is actually a pretty easy lesson. We've already done the circumference of a circle. So as a quick review, when you have a circle and you have a line that goes through the center of the circle, it has to be directly through the center. That is called the diameter. When you take half of the diameter, that is called the radius, okay? We know that in order to find the circumference, meaning the outer edge of the circle, we're going to take 3.14 times d. Okay, so for area, which would be the inside of the circle, like if I were to shade this, okay, that would be the area. You're going to find the formula is A equals pi radius squared. So you're going to take 3.14 times your radius and you're going to square your radius. And that is going to give you the answer to the area. Write this formula down with your notes and keep it handy, because from now going forward you are going to be required to know it, just like you do with your circumference. And just like with circumference, always write the formula first and then directly underneath it evaluate. Okay, so in our first example we see that find the area of the circle. On example A, you have a radius of 10 centimeters. And underneath it, it says 3.14 for pi. So we're going to say pi, it said 3.14. It said radius is 10. Notice I put it in parentheses because it's being multiplied times 3.14. And then you square it. You have to do exponents first. So this is 100. This is 3.14 times 100. Okay, now, because these are powers of 10, we simply move the decimal twice to the right and we get area equals 314 centimeters squared. Area is always squared. Okay. In B, it says to use 22 over 7. Okay, so this time I'm going to change this radius to 7 inches. And it said use 22 over 7 for B. So you start with your formula, area equals pi radius squared. You substitute for pi what it tells you. In this case it says 22 over 7. In parentheses you put the radius, which is 7, and you square it over 1, since this is a fraction. You have to do PEMDAS first. Don't try to reduce the 7 with the 7. You cannot do that. So 7 squared is 49. So I'm going to rewrite this as equals 22 over 7 times 49 over 1. Then I'm going to reduce, and area equals 22 times 7, which is 154 inches squared. Okay? So there's two examples. Now, if the problem asks you to leave pi as pi, like C does, C, I'm going to do that example, okay? So I'm going to erase these, and I'm going to erase this one. And this time it says it has a diameter of 12 feet. And it says to leave pi as pi, okay? So in this case, you're going to do the same. You're going to say area equals pi radius squared. For my pi, I'm going to leave it alone. For my radius, I'm going to put in the radius. Now 12 is not the radius, 12 is the diameter. Remember that the radius is half of the diameter, so I'm going to take half of 12, which is 6, and I'm going to square it. And then I'm going to simply reorder this. Now do your PEMDAS, so you're going to say 6 squared is 36, that goes first. Then you put your symbol, and sometimes, a lot of times in the homework, you guys are putting it as pi 36. Pi is treated the same as a variable. Think about it, if you had like 4a, you would write it as 4a. You would not write it as a4. This is incorrect, right? The same thing goes here. You would write it as 36 pi, not pi 36, and then you put your unit at the end. So 36 feet squared is your area. And that is the solution to the problem. Okay? Alright, so that concludes our lesson. It should be fairly simple. The geometry is number 10, 18, 19, and 21. If you have questions, let me know, guys. Take care.